Alright, so I'm walking up to the Supra for the first time. Not bad. What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. My name is Gregson and welcome to Shifting Lanes, and I am standing in front of one of the most celebrated and maligned cars of the last 10 years that has been released, along with the Acura or Honda NSX, along with the new Ford GT. This is the Toyota Supra, and it is an absolute legend in sports car culture and in car culture in general. If you know anything about cars, if you're an enthusiast or even a casual fan, you know what the Toyota Supra is, and I am standing here in front of it because this is my first time I've ever seen it in person. The new one, the A90. So I wanted to give you guys a quick walk around of this video from my perspective. Hanson made a video of the actual reveal of this car at the North American International Auto Show, and if you didn't see that video, click the card above me and you can check that out. He gave all the statistics, all the rundown of the whole car. I wanted to go over it from a more aesthetic point of view, give you my opinion on it today, because it's a very polarizing car, especially online right now on Reddit, on all of the forums, and all the car community in general. It's either you love it or you hate it, but I truly love it, and I want to show you why, because it's a really well-designed car. It looks really, really good, and I think you need to see it in person, but I'll get to that in a minute. Let's flip the camera around, let's walk around the car, and let's talk about how this car is integrated from the concept, the FT1 concept, to now, and how it looks. Let's check it out. So let's start here with the red one. Now I'm going to start up front. Up front is where a lot of some of the hate from online and Reddit on the forums really kind of come into play, is these vents. Now these are non-functional vents, but you can actually see through them. I'm going to tighten up this shot. You can go through there. You can go through there. It's this little piece here that is non-functional, but on the other side it's slightly different. So it looks like you could actually put some kind of sensor in here, or even maybe take that piece out. So does it really make the aesthetic of the car worse in any way? I don't think so. I think it looks perfectly fine. It goes really nicely with this front lip spoiler. It goes along the bottom of the car. I think the front end is really nice, and it gets to the aesthetic of the FT1 quite nicely without having to be over the top like the concept was, even though the concept was pretty gorgeous. The other part of the fake vents is actually over here. Instead of having it go through, it's blocked off. But either way, I think the front end looks really, really nice. Walking around the side is one of the best profiles of the car, I think. The way this thing looks from the side, from an aesthetic perspective, is really, really gorgeous. It's proportioned well. I believe that the car is the long hood versus shorter back end of your standard and really beautiful GT coupe sports car. It hits all of those marks perfectly, and I think it's one of the better looking cars to come out that is a coupe or a sports car in the last 10 years. I think it's really, really nice. Same story around the back. You get these really nice dual exhausts. And just to preface this, you probably saw in front, these are prototype cars, so some of this may change a little bit to the production model, but this is pretty close. This is almost as close as what we're going to get. You get these really cool F1 almost inspired lights. You see these are the back of F1 cars for rain and stuff. You get the dual exhausts, like I said. Underneath, you can actually see a lot of the undercarriage of this car. I'll tighten up the shot again. You guys can kind of see sort of the underpinnings a bit. It is pretty standard fare, honestly. There's nothing crazy about it, but again, this is a new Supra, and we get a new two-door sports car as opposed to another crossover, so I'm really happy about that. Coming over to this one, this is a really nice paint job. That was that red. This is sort of a white pearl, almost metallic. It has a really nice kind of metallic flake to it. You can see it reflecting off the light there. Same story, dual exhaust, and the wheels actually on these cars are quite nice. You get sort of this 10 spoke but almost offset with the colors. It's just a really nice design, and I have to say this thing is way better in person than it is in pictures. I think pictures don't really do it justice, and again, guys, this is a new Supra, so we have to really kind of pick our battles here. Everyone that wanted more sports cars, more GT cars, it's what you're getting with this car, and you should be happy that we have this. Instead of saying, oh, it's just a BMW. Well, I mean, good for you. That's your opinion, but I think that you need to really retake a look at this thing. The styling's great. It looks good. The hood dip, or something, not the hood dip, the roof dip with the 2 bubbles on top. It just looks awesome. I really, really like it. I think that if you haven't seen it in person and you have opinions, strong opinions about the car, you need to come see it for yourself. It's one of those cars that in person, it makes a lot of sense. The lights are great. I think the overall design and aesthetic is really, really nice. It looks a little kind of over the top in pictures. It doesn't feel that way in person. So I really think that Toyota hit the nice mark here, and I think that the new Supra looks really, really good. So as we move inside the car, it looks very, very different than the Z4 actually. It's kind of its own thing. Steering wheel actually looks really, really nice. I love that it's not flat bottom. I'm not a huge fan of flat bottom steering wheels, and I really like that they did a normal steering wheel in here, and it looks really, really nice. Interior looks very inviting. I love the way the seats look. They are bolstered beautifully, and I love this contrast stitching throughout. It looks very, very nice. Aesthetically, it's very pleasing. You do see BMW underpinnings in here, but it looks like its own car. I mean, I think that, again, you guys have to see this thing in person. The dash is really, really nice. I love that line that just goes throughout the whole center of it on the middle and kind of continues into the driver's area. And it's a little interesting here because it's less driver focused than the A80 was, where you have this little divider to the actual center console and center tunnel, whereas the A80 was more pointed towards you. Very interesting design, but I love it. I think it looks really, really good, and it looks like a very nice place to be. And yeah, I would not mind being here for many hours of a day. Another aspect of the rear end I really love is sort of this duckbill that flips up from the back hatch and rear hatch. It's really cool, and I love how they've integrated this into the rear end of the car, because not a lot of cars do this, and when they do it properly, it looks really, really good. So I did want to mention that before I moved on to this beautiful white paint job one, but I really, really love how the duckbill tail works with the rest of the car and still pays homage to the FT1 in a way. And here's just a front shot of the white one. Honestly, I believe that the white is better looking than the red here. I think the white paint job is just gorgeous. You can actually get a better shot of it here, kind of zoomed in next to the logo. You can see a little bit of that metallic fleck, and in the lights it just shines really, really nicely. Yeah, honestly, this car is gorgeous. Again, you guys have to see it in person. It's not the same experience, and it's not translated the same through pictures as it is in person. A lot of the aesthetics are lost, I think, in media from what people are seeing. I mean, if you look at this and you don't like it in person, I think you're missing the point a little bit. So yeah, I believe it's great looking. I think from an aesthetics point of view, we have a beautiful new 2-door coupe in the market that's not a crossover, and thumbs up to Toyota for that, because that is, in this day and age, a very unique thing and a very welcome thing for the enthusiast community. So huge props to Toyota. I think it's great. I think we need one. Do you guys agree? You know, leave it in the comments below. I think we need to buy one. So Toyota, if you're listening, you know, we can do a long-term loan for you if you want. All right, guys, so that will do it for my walk around of the Supra. I hope you liked it. Sort of a quirky little video that I wanted to show you guys, because I think the more you see it, you need another opinion, another viewpoint, because it really is better in person. I think you guys need to just come down to the auto show if you're in the tri-state area in New York, and you need to see the car in person. They'll have it here for the opening of the consumer days, or the public days, which starts, I believe, this Saturday. And come down. The auto shows for a week and check out the new Supra. You really are doing yourself a disservice if you don't. I'm still here at the auto show, and I'm going to be walking around, and I have 2 more things that I want to show you and basically tell you. So stay tuned for a couple more videos coming out from me. And if you want to follow us on social media, everything's in the description below. It's at Shifting Lanes, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever. If you want to support the channel, you can also go into the description and find our Teespring store, and you can also find our Patreon page. That will do it for the Toyota Supra. Toyota, you're really kind of hit it out of the park with this one. I personally love it. I know a lot of people don't. I think that all of you that don't are wrong, and you need really to kind of re-examine the car. But again, you guys are entitled to your opinion. I want it. I think it's great, and hopefully I can drive it this year, and we'll bring you that video very soon. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. See ya.